In the early hours of June 24, 2025, silence ruled the Black Sea. A Russian landing craft moved steadily along the occupied coastline, its steel hull cutting across the water with a calm confidence. The crew believed the sea was theirs, that no threat lurked beneath those waves. But the truth was waiting just below the horizon, unseen, unheard, deadly. The vessel was no warship. It lacked the radar domes, the missile batteries, the protective escort. It was a workhorse, a transporter, a tool of invasion. Packed most likely with soldiers, armored vehicles, fuel and supplies, its job was simple: deliver muscle to the front lines. It advanced in a straight line, no evasive maneuvers, no zigzagging, no suspicion that the water itself had turned against it. That was the mistake. Because 30 kilometers offshore, a shadow skimmed across the surface. No wake, no sound, just speed. It was a Magura V5, Ukraine's infamous unmanned surface drone, carrying over 300 kilograms of explosives and programmed with a single mission strike: fast strike hard and never return. The Magura V5 did not merely detect the Russian vessel, it dissected it. Using infrared sensors and encrypted satellite guidance, it locked onto the target measuring range bearing impact angle. Every calculation made in real time. No human hand steering, no pilot pulling the trigger. Just pure software-driven precision. At 05:13, the drone shifted from silent shadow to executioner. Pushing past 70 knots, more than 130 kilometers an hour, it began its final run. At that speed, a kilometer is devoured in less than 30 seconds. The Russian crew never had the chance to react. Impact came like thunder. The explosion ripped into the hull with surgical violence, tearing open steel plates, blasting compartments where soldiers may have been waiting in silence. A second blast followed, flames consuming the rear deck. Black smoke coiled into the dawn sky as twisted metal bent and the vessel began to buckle. Within moments, the landing craft was breaking in two, collapsing into fire and water. No counterfire, no distress flares, no defense, just chaos and silence broken by the roar of burning fuel. Above, Ukrainian reconnaissance drones recorded every detail. Flames reflected off the sea life buoys and debris scattered across the water, the smoking wreck listing hard to port. Hours later, the video appeared online. Millions watched. The caption was "Blunt enemy landing craft destroyed near Kherson." This was more than destruction. It was transformation. The strike showed the world three truths: Ukraine dominates parts of the Black Sea without traditional warships. Russian vessels are exposed in waters they once ruled, and Moscow's old naval doctrine built on size, firepower and tonnage is now obsolete. The Magura V5 proved it in less than a minute. The approach was no accident. Designed with a low-profile hull and composite materials, the V5 is built to vanish in sea clutter. Russian radars sweep skies for jets and missiles, but at sea level, their eyes are blind. By the time the drone breached 2 kilometers, it shifted into full assault, accelerating toward its prey. At 70 knots, the final sprint was unstoppable. From the Russian deck, if anyone saw it at all, it appeared only for a split second before the blast consumed everything. The choice of impact mattered. The V5 struck low, slightly off-center, right where troop compartments are often placed. The pressure wave shredded the interior. Secondary detonations, likely ammunition or fuel, amplified the destruction. In seconds, the ship was paralyzed. Russian soldiers nearby could see the smoke rising, a black column marking another humiliation. A mission undone before it ever touched shore. Ukraine confirmed the kill minutes later through encrypted communications. The drone was gone, consumed in its own fire, but that was the design. One-way missions. Disposable machines. Perfectly expendable. Vice Admiral Oleksiy Nezhpapa, commander of the Ukrainian Navy, released the official statement later that day. We destroyed another Black Sea Fleet landing craft moving along the western Kherson shore. I thank our sailors and drone operators for this victory. Together we fight. Together we will win. But the real message required no words. Russia had been caught blind again. No defenses, no countermeasures, no warning. This was not a cruiser or missile frigate, but a landing craft, the backbone of Russia's troop transport. Its destruction was more than tactical. It was psychological. Every soldier and sailor now knew the water itself could kill them without warning. The Magura V5 is no ordinary weapon. Imagine a small speedboat stripped of everything human. No cockpit, no crew, only electronic sensors and explosives. It can travel up to 800 kilometers, armed with a warhead of over 320 kilograms. Its guidance blends GPS inertial systems, live video and satellite uplink. It can run in fully autonomous mode, or it can be steered remotely with deadly precision. Modular design allows payload swaps and software upgrades, making it a flexible terror, sometimes configured with decoys, sometimes with jammers. Always fast, always silent, always one way. Its deadliness lies in its invisibility. Unlike aircraft or missiles, it does not light up radar screens. It hugs the water, hiding in wave clutter, looking to infrared like nothing more than driftwood. Russian ships are designed to fight threats from above, not predators that crawl at sea level. Their radars look too high, their weapons aim too high. By the time a Magura emerges, it is already too close. And because it never needs to survive, it never needs to retreat. It detonates, and its job is complete. And the V5 never comes alone. Ukraine has perfected swarm tactics. Aerial drones distract. Surface drones deliver the kill. Some deploy electronic warfare to blind radars. Others carry decoys. The result is chaos. Russian crews cannot know what to target until the strike lands. Conventional navies hate unpredictability. The V5 thrives on it. Behind these machines is a new kind of military unit, Ukraine's 385th Unmanned Surface Vehicle Brigade. Born quietly in 2023 under the Defense Intelligence Directorate, this is the world's first fully drone naval force. No sailors, no captains, no sonar rooms. Just operators, engineers and coders working from bunkers deep inside Ukraine. They do not risk their lives at sea. They send machines to fight for them. These operators are not traditional soldiers. Some were drone racers, some were hackers, some were engineers fresh from tech startups. Together they form a hybrid force, half military, half digital guerrilla, and their reach grows with every mission. Every strike is a symphony of planning. Satellites scan Russian patrol routes. Weather models predict sea state. Analysts study communication gaps and radar blind zones. By the time a Magura is launched, its path has been calculated down to the meter. Operators steer with encrypted laptops, fine-tuning in real time until the moment of impact. Precision born not from the sea, but from code. And the results speak louder than any speech. Since early 2024, Ukraine has used sea drones to devastate Russia's Black Sea fleet. Patrol boats destroyed, intelligence vessels crippled, major landing ships blown apart off Crimea. By mid-2025, the damage exceeded $10 billion. The Russian Navy bleeds not from missiles or submarines, but from machines no bigger than a fishing boat. The psychological toll is just as heavy. Russia once paraded its fleet as a symbol of power. Today, it hides them. In July 2025, Moscow scaled down its Navy Day celebrations in St. Petersburg. The official excuse was security. The truth was humiliation. What is a navy worth if it cannot even protect its own waters? This is the strategic brilliance of Ukraine's drone fleet. Without matching Russia, ship for ship Ukraine built a new kind of navy, cheap, fast, flexible and expendable. A navy of shadows and software. Where old doctrines valued firepower and armor, Ukraine values brains and code. The ocean no longer belongs to the biggest hull. It belongs to the sharpest mind. The strike near Kherson proves it again. Russia cannot guard every wave. Every convoy risks sudden annihilation. Supply routes once safe are now dangerous. Even moving a dozen soldiers across water requires caution. Russia is forced to rely more on land convoys, slower and easier targets for airstrikes and ambushes. The ripple effect spreads across the entire southern front. The wreckage still smolders a steel corpse on the seabed. Russian planners rewrite their orders, scrambling for safety that no longer exists. And inside Ukrainian bunkers, another Magura is being prepared. Operators study weather charts, map blind spots, adjust satellite links. Soon, another drone will launch. Another Russian vessel will burn. Another mission will be erased from the war map. This is not just technology at war. This is transformation. The Black Sea has become a proving ground where old doctrines die and new realities are born. The Magura V5 does not just sink ships, it rewrites the future of naval combat. It proves that small, fast and smart can defeat big, slow and proud. It proves that tomorrow's oceans will not be ruled by dreadnoughts or carriers, but by code and precision. And the question now is one of strategy. Will Ukraine keep hammering Russia's logistics, bleeding its fleet with small but steady strikes? Or will it risk everything again, targeting major combat vessels for another high-profile kill? Both paths carry risk. Both carry opportunity. But either way, one truth remains: the Black Sea no longer belongs to Moscow. Because the ocean does not care about pride. It does not care about parades or tradition. It rewards only those who adapt, who innovate, who strike first, and strike hardest. On June 24, 2025, the Magura V5 showed once again who that is. And somewhere beyond the horizon, another drone waits. Silent, invisible, seconds from impact.